Now then, people, good afternoon and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you're all doing well. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. It's the afternoon after the morning before. I don't know what I'm on about, but I sit here thinking it's very quiet, and I believe or thought, if I'm honest, that the 49ers could have and maybe should have made a decision. You know, I like Daniel Farke. I wanted him to do well. I still want him to do well. I hope he can turn it around. He's still in charge, yeah? He's still in charge, and therefore I want him to do well, and I want him to turn this around. But yesterday was quite alarming for me as someone who supports the manager. I mean, being a lick ass, I don't know what that consuetes to, big man, with your 160 kg. But come chat to me. But I don't know about licking an ass or something. I'm not Farke out, no. If the club keep it, I mean that can change, as I say, that can change over time. But what I will say, yesterday was quite alarming. Yesterday was quite frustrating because the lack of proactive changes for me cost us the game. And I listened to Square Ball actually, and I think it was Dan Moylan made the point about Leeds fans probably wanting the board to be proactive instead of reactive. It might have been Dean that said if we don't sack him and then we get beat by Villa, you know, I think they might give him that Villa game. If we get beat comfortably by Villa, they might then sack him. But at that point as well, you know, are you being reactive and not proactive? You know, obviously we've got some tough games coming up. They might even look at it and say, let's give him this run. Let's give him this run. So that, you know, if we were to bring in a new manager, they're coming in with a better run of fixtures. They might even look at it like that. Because if we're being honest, this is our toughest run of the season. We have Villa coming up, who smashed Bournemouth yesterday 4-0, I think. You've then got a away trip, I think, to City, and then 2 home fixtures against Chelsea and Liverpool. And if we were to come through that and then make a change, you know, you've then got that manager's got, you know, coming in has got a better run of fixtures, and then also January around the corner. Maybe that's why they're holding on. I genuinely wouldn't have been surprised had they have made a decision yesterday, because I said that, you know, listen, he still has my backing and I hope he can turn it around. But obviously, as someone who's a staunch supporter, if it starts to change from my opinion, then I know there's people that didn't want him here anyway. So the noises are even louder in that respect. It's tough, I think. Look, what really, really, really irked me, what really, really pissed me off watching the game was that Sean Dyche made 3 changes. Yeah, we'll talk about the players. We'll talk about the players, Danny, and I'm going to show some clips. What I will say is the fact that Sean Dyche, sorry, I've just lost my train of thought. I just saw a comment I want to bring up on that now. I'll come back to that. He made 3 changes. He brought in Ryan Yates because Sangari had a yellow card. He brought on Awoni. Igor Jesus was one of their better players. I thought he led the line really, really well. He pressed our centre-backs really, really well. So he's having a good game. Didn't need to be changed. Our manager, if a player's having a good game, won't change. Even if it is. Do you know what? I'm going to roll the dice. He just won't. At 1-1, the manager, even though we're getting battered, will go, it's all right, it's 1-1. He's too reactionary. That's a massive criticism. And that is something that stood the test of time since we were in the Championship. Right? Facts. I've never not been critical of that. You can get away with it in the Championship, not in the Premier League. So then he makes that change for Igor Jesus and Hutchinson. Hutchinson's a player that we know very well from his time at Ipswich, and I loved him at Leeds United. He caused us problems. He then gets the penalty and also gets the assist for Morgan Gibbs-White's goal. Leeds United get back on top after going behind, after making our change. We have 75% possession. We have 3 touches in the opposition box. We have 3 shots on goal after we have made positive changes. Right? So my point is, their manager rolled the dice while ours still, again, is far too reactionary. He's far too reactionary. And that cost us yesterday. Had he have rolled the dice, maybe we would have gone in front. Had he have brought on Calvert-Lewin earlier, had he have brought on Dan James, who was bright when he came on. Why is Nonto still not in the squad? I do not know. Does anyone have any clarity on that? I've stayed away from football chat, if I'm being totally honest. But that's what killed us, yeah? That's what killed us. I'm not sure, Ryan. I'm not sure he would have, though. This is the point, because history tells us that he wouldn't. If we had Hutchinson on the bench, I'm sure Farke would have rolled earlier. He's got Dan James. He's got Calvert-Lewin, who's a better option than Metcha for me. I know Metcha scored yesterday, and it was a well-taken goal. But I think we had 1 shot in the first half, 10 against us. And again, I wasn't bemoaning that, because ultimately, it's like when you watch dead football, if you get a result, it doesn't matter. It's like when you watch Dyche ball week in, week out. If you watch Mourinho ball, if you watch this type of football and you're getting results, you're not bothered. That's why David Moyes at West Ham, for example. But then West Ham fans wanted him gone, because when you start losing and you're watching turgid football, it's not good. So me as a fan, I'm results-based, yeah? I'm watching the game. It's 1-1. We're not great, but I'm thinking if we can get 1-1, happy days, we move. But then when we capitulate and lose 3-1, it's, issues. Their manager rolled the dice, ours didn't. He reacted. And listen, Farke is not the one to blame 100%. Of course he isn't. We know the 49ers, as much as they felt they had a fucking top window, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't. It was a shite window. Yeah. Yeah, Ryan, exactly. Maybe they'll give him, I'm not advocating for a change, by the way. I'm still, if they keep him, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. And I hope he can turn it around. But he won't have much long left if he doesn't, even from me. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's commendable for you to say that he's been hung out to dry by the owners, 100%. The squad assembly is shit. You know, we could talk about Noah Okafor being the ace in the pack. No one wants to hear it, but Aronson was better than him yesterday, more involved than him yesterday. But no one wants to hear that chat. It is what it is. I stand on business. I'll say what I see. I'll go with the crowd. Yorkshireman, when you put this earlier, at least the guy that has stopped pretending he was Farking and said Farke, who's that? Who's that in response to? Who is that? Because I've got a sneaky suspicion who I think it is, and I just want to comment on it. Yeah. Parker has clicked. Nah, Dr. Cox, I don't agree with this either as well. We'll get stuck into that comment in a minute. Yeah, Tyler, I agree. A lot of our players are just not at this level. Yeah, they're not. They're not. But, you know, you have to make, what is it? You can't make silk purse out of whatever. I don't know what the saying is. Yeah. Where's my man Yorkshireman anyway? Really? So that was on one Leeds, yeah. Okay. So he's waited till this point. That's what I'm saying. And let's say it with your chest weeks ago, because you'd have been right now. You've waited too late because you're too worried about putting your actual thoughts across. it's taken for someone like me, who's been staunch fucking to go, do you know what? I'm starting to wobble, for him then to push the button and say out. Disingenuous. So this is what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, stop comparing ourselves to Sunderland. It doesn't matter if they'd have been below us or whatever. The writing at the minute looks like it's on the wall. We've got one away win. And as I've said, I'm not switching on what I'd said. One win away, okay, for us, don't make for great reading, but it's hard to get wins away. But the facts are, when we watch the performances, I can't see a win coming away from home. I was surprised even when we went 1-0 up. I said that at the time. I didn't know how to feel, what my prediction was or anything going into this game. Because I just didn't know. I don't know anymore. And it's also my good friend Danny, the coach of the Yorkshire Roses, actually messaged me and says, you know, what is the plan? What is it? Like, and I don't know. And that's what I'm saying, is I don't know what Leeds are going to show up. I just know that when we play at home, we'll get a decent performance. No, it's not that at all, Damar. It's not that. I promise you it's not. I promise you it's not. You can pretend and think that it's, but it isn't. It's not. What? So now you want to change it? Now you want to say out? Now, when even I fucking said, do you know what? I'm wobbling. Come on now, mate. Don't be so blind. And Damar, I'm not having you. To be honest, Damar, I'm genuinely, bro. When you say you want to give him a chance, and now it can't go on, you've never given him a chance, bro. Don't be disingenuous. Everyone in this chat who knows you, Damar, you haven't given the man a chance. So get in the sea. You wanted him gone after his first season in the Championship. We're 2 seasons past that now. You gave him a chance. Have a day off. And what I will say as well, I don't think the board haven't given him a chance. The board haven't given him a chance. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. He wants to play his certain way. He'd love to play 4-2-3-1. He brought on Pirro. I thought Andrea said in the group chat, Pirro came on to play CDM. I know Yorkshireman, but at least you'll come on and say it and be genuine with it. Not come on and say, no, we wanted to give him a chance, but now the final cookie is... Fuck off. Fuck off. Fair play to them. Fair play. Finally, someone's saying it. I mean, Matty was saying last week about you can't be Farke in or Farke out or something. You've got to be down middle. So that's surprising, isn't it? So fair play to Matty. Because you shouldn't be Farke in, Farke out. I don't think Matty was saying. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But look, it is what it is. The manager got it wrong yesterday. He was reactionary. And, you know, their manager rolled the dice. Rolled the dice. They rolled the dice. And like I say, we did not, and ultimately paid for that. I mean, look, that's even before we get into that change of bringing on Stroud. I understand the Stroud change in terms of progressing the ball. He's our best progressor of the ball from defensive areas. But the Harrison one didn't make sense. What is it that Harrison was going to give us that Goodmanson can't? It just didn't make sense. Goodmanson, again, was one of our better players. Yeah, Biol's not the one. Biol's not the one. Regardless of what the tacticos are telling you, the guy's running in treacle is not that good. Strouk's a better option. Said it. 15 million. Not the one. I know. I mean, the transfer, shite in it. We're too ordinary in midfield. I liked it when we were competitive. I don't think Biol was class by any stretch. I don't. I don't, but hey, I've heard a few people say that. It's meat and potatoes stuff, but hey. Can we talk about Starks not being great as a Yorkshireman? He was shite yesterday. This is where I want to pick up on this midfield. Something's not right. Ampadu, I don't know if he's lost some sort of fucking balls in the dressing room, if someone's testing him or whatever, because he seems to want to just blame other folks. You know, I'm gonna, again, there's people that do this, but I do just want to share this because one second. This is the first goal, right? What's really pisses me off, as this ball comes in, there is so many blue shirts, and look at the state of the defending, right? No, in the Premier League for me, no player should be getting a penalty spot fucking tapping, because that's basically what Sangari got. That was his first ever goal for Forest. We're giving out charity minutes, you know, we're giving out charity. But the worst one, the worst one is the second one. I mean, this goal. As Hutchinson's got it here, there is literally one person in the box, and that's Morgan Gibbs-White, right? Morgan Gibbs-White. He's got Ampadu here, and he's got Biol there. He should not be peeling off the back of them. He should not be scoring. What happens is, as that ball comes in, Ampadu's gone to the right. He's gone to the left. What we doing? Bogle, why's he come out? Bogle's come out leaving Awoni. You can't even see, but Awoni's at the back post because Bogle's fucked off. So why? How? Right? Hutchinson's got the ball in, but you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Leeds United shirts. 6. And as that ball comes in, look at the state of it. Ball watching FC, and it's a carbon copy. It's a carbon copy of players. The worst part is when you play that through, right? Look at the state of this. Yeah, I'm going to share it again. Biol's got his hands open. Ampadu's trying to blame him when I think Ampadu needs to shoulder a lot of the blame. Longstaff's got his arms open. Stack's doing the same. Goodmanson's thinking, how did I let the cross in? I don't know who's. I think that's Harrington at the back post singing, well, what was I supposed to do? It's just poor. They all just want to blame each other. Look at the state of them. They've all just got the fucking arms open. It's a mess. It's poor. It is really poor. And it's gone from... And again, Dean mentioned this in Square Ball, and I said it. Has the shine of being back in the Premier League gone from the players? That's why they say 10 games always works out. If you look at Sunderland, they've continued in their trajectory. We had a similar sort of start. You know, we beat Everton. They beat Brentford out. I can't remember. You know, at home, I said we'll both win our first home games, the noise, everything. Ampadu rode on, point to prove, back in the Premier League, smashing into tackles. Who remembers Ampadu against Keenan Dewsbury Hall? Where's that Ampadu now? Where's that combative Sean Longstaff that we saw against Newcastle? Smashing into tackles, winning the ball, carrying it from midfield. Where's he now? Where's Stack? The Stack that turned up at Wolves. Where's he? Or have they gone? Yeah. Have they gone from having all this, like, we're in the Premier League? You know what? And this is what's sad. The only one who fucking tries his hardest is Brendy fucking Aronson. Them's the facts. Them's the facts. My point is, these players are now have dropped into this false sense of security, perhaps. Oh, we've done all right. We've won a few games. We belong. Well, no, because it doesn't look like you do right now. It doesn't look like you do right now. I mean, LUFC Data's just tweeted out, still struggling to process the substitution. Jack Harrison for Goodmanson. Jack lost all 4 of his duels, was dribbled past twice, failed his only take on, and conceded an 88th minute penalty. Why was that a change? Why was that a change? Mad. Also, folks, as well, Leeds are now 51.44% to be relegated, which is higher than Burnley. I don't know why I don't know how that's happened. You know, Wolves favourites to go down with a 90% chance. Then we're 51. Yeah, this is more baffling. Why the fuck was Jack Harrison brought on when you got James Justin? We saw James Justin come on when Goodmanson got injured and he was good. He was good. My God. So now we're second favourite to go down, which is alarming. Which is alarming. I don't even think it's that, mate, because he's not playing him. I think he'd rather not have him. I think he'd rather have better options, but it's not even about him going inside, outside. He's just not great at carrying the ball. He's just not great at carrying the ball. He'll win it. He'll have 3-4 touches and then he gets brought down. Every so often, he will swivel out of possession in tight areas and do well with it, but it's few and far between. We can't get the ball to the danger men because they just... I mean, Okafor, he wasn't great yesterday. Mecha, we had one D. Well, it was. I don't even think that's a chance, by the way. Mecha's had a right finish. It's a fucking proper striker's finish. Right in the corner. To think then as well, Sangari's jogging on the spot to put it in from the penalty spot. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And even I'm now at a place where I go, what happens? Graham Smith has said, though, the YEP does not anticipate a change at this stage, though he does admit there are obvious problems to fix, and the next run of games looks like a slog. Again, they may look at it and say, right, we can make a change now and give this new manager this tough run. Or we give Farke that tough run and then make a change leading up to January. I'm not sure. Listen, I still, if they keep him in, I'm okay with that. Like, that probably won't last long. If we were to lose against Villa, get battered by City, lose, then I'll be like, right, okay, now, yeah, we need a change. I hope he can turn it around. You know, I like the manager. I think in terms of how he's led the football club, how he conducts himself, I like him. He's given us a successful period. 190 points in the Championship, back to the Premier League. He's oversaw crazy times at the club, losing players hand over fists in his stare at Adams. You know, he's had a good tenure. But again, this isn't Bielsa. If he goes, he'll go. And I just hope that the 49ers get the right man for the job. Do we have faith that they will? I'm not sure. Look at the way that they've dealt with the Rangers hiring and firing. It's not gone well. I know you won't believe it, but they were involved more so during the Jesse Marsh era than people will have you believe, you know. Let's not forget we signed Rutter and fucking Victor Orta had a 49ers top on. That was a surefire way to say, we're running this ship. So regardless of what people say, I want to bend over backwards and still back them and say that and they'll say, no. Don't believe all the hype. I've been saying that for a long time. The manager's gone to a sword fight with some butter knives, right? Like the attack shit. Let's be honest. We've got the worst attack in the league. Even just runners from midfield. It's not like I watched Burnley against West Ham. At least have like Uga Chukwu running from midfield. Looks like he could do something. Ours is just basically free DMs. And when Ampadu, my God, don't shoot, mate. Pass the fucking ball, bro. Pass the ball. I don't know. But, you know, it's not looking good for us. I can't lie. Right now, is it? Yeah, man, not the best. Of course it is. if they'd have got him, the players, you know. Yeah. Yeah, you get praise for doing a job well done, yeah. Yeah. I don't listen, I think this is unfair when you're not giving him praise for a job well done. Of course you should. I'm not having that we were supposed to get 190 points. If that was the case, bro, like Damar, man, it's nonsensical, mate. It's nonsensical. We don't need Joe Gelhardt back. We've had him in the Premier League before. It's always someone else. Yeah, no, you're right. Away from home, we're not, Thomas. You're right. I don't know, because look at the fixtures we have coming up, James. This is something that they'll be mulling over. But they also have to shoulder the blame because they need to make sure that they've got the right man for the job. Because it'll be even worse if they sack him and they bring in a clown. I don't have no faith. It wouldn't surprise me if these idiots try fucking get Gerrard. Yeah, man. It's the only one that fucking works. I don't think it. Look, this isn't all on him. The team isn't great. Exactly, Yorkshireman. Where are Leicester? It's bullshit, man. It's not fair. Who is that? It won't be Corberan. It won't be Corberan. I think they might go Rodgers, but I don't know. Rodgers is more of an attacking brand of football. Does he have the personnel? The midfield's ordinary. We don't have a 10 man. Like, when you think about our squad makeup, who will want it? Someone might not want to take it. Someone might not want to take the job. Maybe Richard. Maybe they'll wait. Maybe they will wait. Not Pablo Hernandez. Let's not ruin him. And he's not ready for this job, is he? Yeah, exactly, Steve. I think, Stephen, they might give him that. But then again, he'd been reactionary. If we get battered by Villa, who've just battered Bournemouth, right? And then you're then asking a new manager to come in with City away. And I think, didn't work one of Jesse's first games, City away, and he celebrated that we only got beat 4-0, the clown. You know what I mean? I have no faith. I don't know. I just don't even know. I don't even know. What's this? Goals against per 100 corners. Goals per 100 corners. Yeah, we're even struggling on that now, if you compare it with the rest of the fucking game. Just don't know. What's Wayne Rooney said? What's he said on Match at Day or something? Barely string two sentences together. Fears that Leeds could be relegated. For Leeds, I think it's a bit of a concern. I think they'll all keep doing is keep trying to create chances and hope that the forwards will convert them. But I also think at both ends of the pitch, they're conceding too many goals, which is something Jers said for a while. Structurally, we're all right. But when you're defending like that and you're ball watching, you're always going to concede. I think they're in a bad moment, and I'm sure they'll be working on it and trying to get out of it. It doesn't get much harder either. We've got to play Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle over that Christmas period. It ain't easy. Fabregas won't come from Como either. Nah, you're probably right. So I was watching Matty from Imagine Not Be Leeds. He said Gary O'Neill. Not for me, mate. No, he speaks well though, and he's a good manager. He's done well at Wolves. But he got sacked. And listen, at Bournemouth fans said to me, Sam from Bournemouth Fan TV was like, listen, Back of the Nest, sorry. Back of the Net podcast, Bournemouth fan channel, but he said he should be sacked, and I was like, you're mad. And then they went and brought in Iriola, and look at them now. So I'm not sure Gary O'Neill's, the one. Tacticos, we don't have a good squad, do we? We don't. Yeah, but then, but are you not also, Jack? If he comes in and then plays Villa If a new manager comes in, gets beat by Villa in a bad way, goes away to City and gets beat 3, they just battered Liverpool yesterday. Isn't he on a hiding to nothing? How do you turn that around? I think it's hard to come in at this juncture. Big up to Dara. Hope you're well, mate. Where's your head at, Dara? I'm interested to find out where you're at, bro. Talk to me about why he never takes accountability. Always some. Why? What did he say that made you say that? I don't know. I thought you were giving him. Anyway. Plenty of scope in our team. I don't think there is vanilla coffee. What scope? That's another comment. What did he say yesterday? Let's be nice to one another in the chat as well. What did he say yesterday? That I didn't. Yeah, I don't even know what that is, though. I don't even know what that is, so I can't even tell you. Joe, we are getting beat playing Farke tactics in the next 4 anyway. We've got nothing to lose making a change. Performance wasn't great yet. We'll be on live tonight, mate. I think I need that time to get my thoughts in order. Yeah. Yeah, you can CC. He annoys me when he talks stats, but you clearly... Yeah, well, when he talks about possession and that. I don't know what he actually said yesterday. I'll have a look. Let's have a look. Because afterwards, I just switched off, man. I can't lie. I got in bed and watched fucking City demolish Liverpool and then just slept. You know what I mean? Quite normal you're angry after a loss. Small details important. A few details not good enough today. So he's taking accountability. Really good start. Great finish from Metcha. Gave this away so cheaply. It should have been more on it in the duels. What do you want him to... He can't say, I should allow the players to be more on it in the duels. He's going to say that they didn't do well enough. Farke very angry with the referee before the second goal. Felt Stack should have been given a foul, not penalised for one. Forest eventually scored. Does, though, criticise the defending of the cross for the goal. I don't know what you want him to say. I'm going to criticise myself for the cross. Fan base is very, very emotional. Everyone doubts us after every loss. Everyone has the right to be critical because we conceded too many goals in the last 2 games. We could have made our lives easier for sure. I didn't expect a smooth, easy ride this season. He said I won't wave the white flag. But even that, is that an admission that he thinks will go down? I'm not sure. It's only annoying now because we're losing games. I get it. I get it. You know. I hear you, Dytha. I probably butchered that name. Dythy. Sent my man into battle with 2 free transfers. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There's probably something in that as well. But I mean, there's no way the fan base would allow him to remain in charge. And then I just think it'd be too, as he says, we're emotional. Difficult run with 3 away games in 4, never in bottom 3, still at 1 point per game average, and that's what probably be keeping him in his job. Nonto was an option off bench, but felt the extra 2 weeks of training after today will be better than risking him after so long, including surgery. I don't know. I don't think they're mentally struggling. If the outside world is panicking and mentally struggling after everything is a bit closer, we can't influence it. We are quite calm within the group. We don't need a mental break right now. So he's pretty confident on that. Yeah, I think it's because we're losing. I get it. Joe, stop protecting Farke. I'm not protecting him, Paul. You're not listening to what I'm saying. His gameplay is an easy red book. Every Prem team knows it, and we will not. Well, that's not true. We've already won games, mate. We've won 3, Paul. We've won 3. So it's not true. The worst bit, Joe, didn't they already say no? Well, their ideal scenario would be they don't spend in January, but that can't fly. That can't fly. We've seen it as well. This is the thing. Previous Januaries where we've gone, well, they won't there. We know now that they don't want to because they've, in the deck where they asked for investment, they specifically said we don't want to. Well, that has to change. And we have to make sure they're accountable for that by saying you must sign some players. I'm just not there yet with Farke. Just feel he's enough yet. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Leeds Lens. Look, I said this, if they'd have made a decision last night, I wouldn't have been surprised. The fact that he hasn't, he's still going to be here for Villa. So we have to just get locked in and loaded. They're not going to make a decision now. The decision would have already been made, yeah? So he's here. And I hope that he can turn it around because I like him. I like the manager. He's given me a good time as a Leeds United fan. I like when we play well under him. But that thread is thin because we're losing games of football and you want to try stay in the league. You know? I don't agree with this as well, Dr. Cox. I don't know what gives people this thought process. Why people think the dress it. How does that work? What does that look like? If you could give me why you feel this has happened, then we can. I am the word, and it is this, Joe. This is Leeds. It's an eternal cycle of tragedy and joy. It is our burden and our curse. Yeah, exactly. Stoned priest. Yeah, it's the manner and it's the way in which Sean Dyche rolled the dice and our manager did not. And he reacted again. Whereas if he'd have been proactive, then maybe, just maybe, we'd have got the 3 points. But yeah. Yeah. What's this? A word on this effing mug today at the game. I was attacked by his dad for voicing my opinions. For one, that says everything wrong with the club and makes me look a bad person. The cunt of a man grabbed me around the neck and was trying to swing. I, for one, don't want to be portrayed in that light, and I'm at a loose end with the CUNT that managed to get tickets week in, week out. I effing love this club, and wow, is that a big thing for me? I'm so fucking done with those Yanks in charge. For what it was, I maintained my colour and didn't swing back, but Jesus Christ, man, it just feels like trouble follows me around. I don't want it, and I'm done with it. What's this? I don't know. Jack Harrison's dad swung? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, listen, if you're abusing someone's son, what do you expect? If someone was abusing my young'uns, I'd be like, fuck you. Keep going on about the transfer and on the squad. Well, no, all right, okay, so Sunderland? Did they bridge the gap? Did they bridge the gap? Would you say Sunderland have bridged the gap? Answer me that question. Did we get beaten to Diarra and Siddiqui by Sunderland? We wanted both them players. Granit Xhaka, who many fans in this chat told me was not the guy, as arguably being pound for pound the best signing in the Premier League this season. You know? Coming on the back of winning the Bund. Oh, it's not good. They paid 13 million for him. We paid that for Sean Longstaff. We paid 15 for Biol. We paid 10 for James Justin. We paid 5 for Bornau. Why the fuck did we buy him? He's broke. So don't talk to me about, oh no, we were never going to bridge the gap. It's not true. Maybe, bro. Yeah. I hope you don't think that's me, bro, Jack. I hope you don't think that's me. Okay, so now what I would say is, yes, they spent 50 million, right? 50 million more, I think. Is that right? Could we not have pushed that envelope? I think we could have, bro. Could we have moved players on? Look, ultimately, we've give away Darko JB, give away Mateo Joseph, give away Ramazani, give away Gelhardt. We got no fees for any of them, mate. We got 2 million for Sam Greenwood. We told Bamford, go get a club. He's still being paid, by the way. Why haven't we sold him? Pirro, you know, let's not do this. They could have moved stuff around. Mellier's still at the football club, Andy. Mellier, still here. I'm so glad you have brought this up. Boom, down to... Oh, give over, mate. Give over. Again. All right. So for you, Damar, it's all manager. I don't know why you bother engaging in conversation because you won't hear. You just say all manager. It's nothing to do with that, bro. There were many people in this chat. Yeah. You take him over any of ours, man. And the guy's a leader. The guy's a leader. Big up, mate. Big up. They don't like spending in January, but they have to, right? They have to. Some like to feed the narrative, Jack, not Joe, though. Well, no, the thing is as well, like, people are telling me, oh, at least someone said earlier on, at least the guy that stopped pretending he was Farke in and he's now actually said Farke out. It's took him till this point to say that, when in actual fact, like, why is it? Just say it when you believed it fucking last season. Say it with your chest. It annoys me. But now they can put their head above the parapet and not be worried. How can it? This guy who's teetering on the edge and now all of a sudden, oh, they're willing to go, man. Just say with your chest. Big up to my man, Wolfie. Big up to my man, Wolfie. Recruitment in and out was shite. Yes. What the fuck? I'm not a mod. I'll make you a mod now, broski. You're never in my chat. This is first time you've been in my chat. I'll make you a mod, but you can be a mod. Might hide you on channel. Me and Wolfie sport last night. As your example, over on his big up streams that not that many people watch. Say it on YouTube. Just a thought. Unfortunately, we can't get rid of the 49ers as easily as Farke. Always the manager who gets the bullet. That's the point, innit? But Jamie, it wasn't, mate. You wanted him gone for a while. They didn't have double the budget, did they? They spent 50 million more than us. But you're saying, my point, your point, okay, they had more PSR headroom than us, yeah? But the point still stands that our squad makeup was shit. The squad makeup was shit. Bornau, Biol, all these players that I've mentioned to you, we've got 2 frees up top. We spent 15 million on our attack. No disrespect. Any team that wants to stay in the Premier League needs to spend more than 15 million on their attack. You know? Come on now. If I'd have said, oh yeah, we're going to go up and we'll 15 million, give over. It's brutal. Big up to Wolfie. Wolfie's a good guy, by the way. He rang me yesterday. We had a chat about the game. Joe, what we're going to do versus City? Hope and pray, brother. Hope and pray. Hope and fucking pray. Critiquing a manager. So what? Okay, then. Okay. I don't understand why it's taken till this point, though, if you were already there. Anyway, I don't need to do this in an hour. It is what it is. For me, he's still here. I hope he can turn it around. Will he be able to? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Not sure. Nah, not in the Premier League. Don't think Ampadu is better at centre. But listen, a new manager might come in and we'll see what he goes with. Big up to Colin. He says, if anyone is Farke out, you need to say who to get. See, I don't agree with that, because if someone was said that to me, that because it's not my job. It's not my job. So I get it. Like, you just hope to get it right. Can't see any managers out there that could give us a bounce with these players. We need to give Farke to Christmas, I feel. He might get that. He might get that anyway with the run that's coming up. And then they might sack him after that run if he gets no joy. Just on this, though, right? I will never agree. The point I'm making is those that wanted him sacked, you'll be right. You will always be right, because eventually he will be sacked. It's something I've always said. But for those that have backed him, it doesn't mean they were wrong. They were right to back him, because the same people that want him sacked now were the same people that said he won't get promoted. Were the same people that said after 10 games we'd be in relegation zone. We've not been in it once. So I don't subscribe to this notion. If you want the manager sacked, guess what? Eventually he will be, and you can say, I told you so. But totally forgetting that during that time, he's got one of the best win percentages of ever a Leeds manager's ever had. He had us lose one game in a year at Elland Road. We had a lot of success under this guy, regardless of what happens. So because you once said he should go, eventually you can say, I told you so, but it don't wash with me. It don't wash with me. That's just my opinion. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Not me. Not me. Debatable says grass. What do you mean? Oh, we all say Christmas is too late. Be careful who you got and who we get. Yeah, we don't want Ange. Yeah, no, but you were wrong, right? You were wrong, because we dicked the league. We dicked the league. This is true. Again, this is true, mate. Thank you very much, Farke, but it's time for a change. Maybe. I'm just not sure they'll get it right, but we'll see. Do you have faith they will? I'm not sure. Klopp would never come here. Can't believe there's been a story about that. It's never happening. Yes, exactly. Forest Fan TV, you bang on the money. Listen, I'm a little bit cold. I've been having my flu bomb. Like garlic, turmeric, ginger, honey, cayenne pepper. People swear by it, so that's what I've been. But anyway, we'll move. Vitamin D. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna have a little nap, and then I've got my son this evening, and that. I'll see about the final word. See what peeps are saying. See if I can get a clan together. Yeah, we'll move from there. But I don't know. Listen, he's not going to get sacked now, is he? He's not going to get sacked. Yeah, I think Rodgers. My money would be on Rodgers as well, because they wanted him in the Championship. You know. Listen, I know the squad isn't great, but some managers can get everything out of the squad and still stay up. We've seen worse squads than ours stay up. Bielsa had a worse squad than this and stayed up. Admittedly, we don't have the X factor. Yeah, Jamie, maybe delaying the inevitable, but you could say that forever with a manager, right? Do you know what I mean? But could it be in the club's best interest to let Farke have Villa, City, Liverpool and Chelsea? Then that takes you to mid-December and you bring in a new manager and you've got Sunderland, you've got some favourable fixtures, and then you've got January. So that might be something they're looking at. I don't know. But he's still here, and while he's still here, I hope he can get it right. We might come back from international break, beat Villa, we're all flying again. But we'll see. Anyway, thanks as always for watching. I'll probably do a final word later on this evening after I've been to a few meetings and that. Liam Rossigna is not the guy. Kieran McKenna is not the guy. Neither manager will keep Leeds United in the Premier League. If they are going to make a change, make sure it's a guy that's got fucking plenty know-how, has been around the fucking block, and will keep us defensively sound. I don't think either of them managers will do that. They'll play nice football at times, but ultimately will get beat because our players aren't quite good enough. Best options are Jose fucking Mourinho. Someone like that keeps this lead side in this fucking division. You can go for Tactico's choice, something sexy and all that sort of stuff, but it won't keep us up. It won't. I can't see it anyway. Go get fucking Jose. Yeah, but Rossigna, of course, a lot of managers do well at Strasbourg, but let's not forget that he didn't get Hull up when they had Carvalho, Liam Delap, Tyler Morton. No. Yeah, I don't know. Andrea said something on Mancini earlier on. It will be, I guess it'd be cool that, I mean, we beat Forest to his signature. What did Andrea say on that? I did see him say something actually. He did quote tweet and mention something about Mancini. He's been out of a club since 2018, played brilliant and smart and adapted in how he adapted in the final. His football was not great, though. He has the personality to get the job. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Maybe, but I just don't think he'll keep us in the Premier League. I just don't. I want someone like a Mancini, like a Mourinho, someone that's going to come in and fucking kick these players up the arse if they're going to bring him in and keep us in the division and not be afraid to say, do you know what? Get me these players. Can you imagine them in presser? Farke being too diplomatic with them. He wanted it. Anyway, I don't even want to get into that. Anyway, thanks always for watching. I'm going to get some shut-eye for a bit before I take my son Lego and all that jazz. So peace out. Enjoy your afternoon. And yeah, he's still here. So while he's here, fucking peace out.